Good morning and welcome to this wonderful Wednesday edition of Coffee with Alan. We're going to talk a little bit about pre-incident indicators. But before we get to that, I'm going to share my mug, drinking out of Best Teacher Ever mug, because we are still appreciating and supporting teachers and nurses this week. Teacher Appreciation Week goes from Monday through Friday. National Nurses Week goes from Monday to Sunday, ending on the 12th, Florence Nightingale's birthday. We want to appreciate, respect, and support all of the teachers and nurses in our lives this week and every week throughout the year. They do an awful important job, both groups. And we need to give them all the support and respect and appreciation we can. Wanted to talk a little bit this morning about pre-incident indicators. What's that, you ask? We're always talking about situational awareness, right? I'm preaching all the time. Be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what you're doing and how it affects your safety. Super important foundation to staying safe. But being aware of what's going on around you won't do you much good if you don't know what to look for and you don't know what to do when you see it. Pre-incident indicators are things to look for. Things that when you notice, you should raise your awareness level to orange, paying a little closer attention, and maybe do some things to get yourself to safety before something even starts. Because if we can avoid violence, if we can avoid criminals, that's number one. But we can also prepare ourselves to react where we're not caught unaware when we notice the pre-incident indicators. So even if we can't avoid it and get ourselves to safety, maybe it gives us time to be able to then respond more effectively to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe. One of the chapters in the little ebook that I wrote, Stay Safe in Our Crazy World, and one of the lessons in the e-course talks about pre-incident indicators, things to look for, what to do. I'm going to share a couple of those this morning. One I'll share is unnatural impediment to your movement. What's that mean? Somebody getting in your way, not letting you go where you want to go. Now, obviously, we're in a big crowd. Sometimes, I got to get through the people. No, this is different. This is someone unnaturally doing that. They are purposefully getting in your way, not letting you go where you want to go. Maybe the guy just blocked the doorway, not letting you through the doorway. Maybe they're trying to channel you to go toward an alley or to some place that you don't want to go, a hallway or some direction where you'd be more secluded. Okay. So somebody trying to impede your movement and not let you go where you want to go, especially if it's an unnatural thing. It's not just a natural crowd that's, getting in your way. It's purposeful that person is intending to impede your movement. That's a warning sign and can be a pre-incident indicator that something bad is coming. Something else to look for, correlation of someone's movement to your own. A real obvious one, you're walking, you think somebody's following you, so you cross the street. They cross the street. Now, it's not 100% bad yet. Maybe they're crossing the street too. But now you cross the street again and they follow you. Now something is getting a little bit fishy. You turn, they turn, you turn, they turn, you turn, they turn. Something's wrong. So that correlation of someone's movement to your own can be an indicator that they're setting you up for something no good. And then we want to take some precautions to keep ourselves safe. Another thing we can look for is, any sudden change in a person's status as you get nearer past them. You see a couple people and they're just hanging out up here, smoking a cigarette, BS, and whatever. When you pass them, all of a sudden they're following you, or something's going on. When they see you, they change. What's going on? Why are they paying attention to you? Why did noticing you make them change what they were doing? So that's a reason to pay a little closer attention. We go to orange. Is there something going on here? Not always. But when we see a couple of these together, they're hanging out, they noticed you, all of a sudden they're watching you, their posture changed, things are a little different. You cross the street, they cross the street. Okay, so now we have two pre-incident indicators combined in that little cluster. Very odd that they would both happen at the same time. Better be paying a close attention and start thinking about what you can do to avoid the situation completely, or prepare yourself if you have to do something else. And remember, seeing something like this and just taking off and sprinting and getting to safety is a perfectly acceptable response to keep yourself safe. I'm not saying you see these guys and you draw your weapons and you get ready to do battle to the death. I'm saying you take the best choice to keep you and your loved ones safe. And if that's sprinting down the street and ducking into a public place, maybe that's what you do. But when you're aware and you notice these indicators, and you've also noticed safety routes and exits and things like that, you're better off. Another thing that could be is, any verbal exchange initiated by a stranger. Why are they coming up to you and what are they doing? A very common practice, I used to talk about this, and Peyton Quinn and I would act it out sometimes for people when in classes and so forth. You got somebody coming up saying, hey, can I borrow $1? Hey, I just want $1. And they're interviewing you. They're testing you to see if they can get close or not, if they can get inside your bubble, where then they can draw a weapon and take your entire wallet. Okay. So anytime somebody initiates some kind of verbal exchange, we just want to raise our guard in today's world. Yeah, it's sad. We want to be friendly. We want to be polite. We want to help our fellow humans, right? And our fellow animals on the planet. But sadly, there are so many predators out there that we need to raise our guard a little bit. If it turns out it's not a pre-incident indicator and it's a person that you want to help and they actually need help, you can go ahead and do so. But we're doing it at the level orange just to be careful. One of the stories I told in the course, I was at a mall one time going to a movie with a girl I was seeing at the time, years ago. And this girl came up and wanted us to come and help her out on the fringe areas of the parking lot, way out, not close to the mall, but on the fringe areas, a common place where criminal activity happens, because less chance of getting caught or seen and witnessed when you're out there with less people. Something didn't seem right about her. Remember, I've always talked about paying attention to your intuition. I said, hey, let's grab a security guard from the mall and go out. And she's like, oh, no. We don't need to do that. Just come on out here. It'll only take a second to help. She was trying to set me up and set the two of us up, because I was with someone, to get us out there where bad things could happen. I'm not going to fall for that. If she honestly really needed help and assistance, she wouldn't have cared about a security guard coming out to help. Okay. So these are just a couple pre-incident indicators. I have more in the ebook and even more in the course. There's a link to get that ebook. Download it. It's free. And if you do download it, you actually get qualified to get a special bonus and a really low price on the e-course that I have. So you can do, both of those, but the ebook is free. Download it. Has some great tips and strategies that lay a foundation for the mindset of staying safe. So I encourage you to download that ebook. And if you want to get the course, that ebook qualifies you for a really low price for it. And on the course, it's over 3 hours where I go in depth on a lot of different things, give some bonuses, everything really to lay a foundation and help you stay safe and keep your loved ones safe. I want to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon's here this morning. No involvement beats full-on confrontation any day. Exactly. I don't care how big or how bad or how good you are, you can lose a physical altercation. If you don't engage in a physical altercation, if you don't have involvement, you're for sure not going to get hurt and be the winner. So if we can avoid it, if we can have no involvement with predators, that's first and foremost to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe. But by being aware, by recognizing pre-incident indicators, by recognizing things around us that could be used to keep us safe or help us defend ourselves, we'll be in a better position to do so. And that's why situational awareness is important, but we also need to know what we're looking for, and we need to have a plan what we're going to do when we see those kind of things. And that's all the kind of stuff that's in that ebook and in that online course. Stay safe in our crazy world, because sometimes it is pretty crazy out there. And I want you to stay safe so you can enjoy everything out there that is good, because there is a lot of good out there to enjoy as well. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate everybody that listens to the podcast, that watch the videos, that comment, that share. All of you are important. I want all of you to stay safe, and I want all of you to go out and make it a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow.